today we're doing 7:1 ratios and proportions. Your only definition that you need to know is a ratio, and a ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. So you would write it as something along the lines of, hang on. Okay, something along the lines of A over B, or you can write it as A to B. Okay, so a 15-inch bonsai tree is a miniature version of a full-size tree. The full-size tree stands 118 feet tall. What is the ratio of the height of the bonsai to the height of the full tree? So what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to write a fraction of bonsai over tree. So right now we have 15 inches over 118 feet. But if you notice, you have inches and you have feet. You can only have one unit, and so you always make the bigger unit go into the smaller. So we're going to go ahead and take 118 feet, and how many inches are in a foot? There's 12, so we're going to go ahead and multiply. So we're convert feet to inches. And so once we multiply that, we end up with 1416 inches. So 1,416 inches. So what that's telling me is that 118 feet is equivalent to 1,416 inches. So you must convert feet to inches. So now I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it as 15 inches over 1416 inches. 1,416 inches. And then we want to go ahead and reduce that. Both of them can be divided by 3. And so you end up with 5 over 472, because you can divide both of them by 3. Now you can plug this into your calculator as well and reduce it, and it'll give you the same answer. And you don't have to write the inches part. So your answer is the ratio of the bonsai to the full tree is 5 to 472. And this would be your answer right here. Okay. So the next one, we're going to do the same thing. A model airplane has a length of 12 inches. The real airplane is 100 feet long. What is the ratio of the length of the model to the real? So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and make a fraction of model over real. The model, it says, is 12 inches, and the real is 100 feet. Again, we don't want to have two units, so we need to go ahead and convert 100 feet. So we need to convert feet to inches. So I'm going to take 100 feet and I'll multiply it by 12, because each feet has 12 inches. So you multiply that and you end up with 1,200. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this, and I've changed the feet to inches, and it becomes 12 inches over 1,200 inches. And so from here you want to go ahead and reduce, and 12 divides both of them. You end up with 1 over 100. And so my final answer is going to be this. Or you can go ahead and write it as 1 to 100. Either way is correct. So in a sense, what this is telling me is that for every inch of the model airplane, there's 100 inches to the real airplane. Same thing up here for the tree. For every 5 inches of the bonsai, there's 472 inches for the full-size tree. So the main thing to remember for these two problems is that if you have different units, you need to go ahead and convert them. And you always go from you change the bigger into the smaller. And so in a sense, you're going to have a larger number because there's more inches. There's 12 inches in a foot, so that's why, in a sense, it went from 100 feet to 1,200 inches, because inches is a smaller unit. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is cross product. This is you from when you were in algebra. Oops. So cross product property. If A equals B, then A over B equals C over D, then cross means A times D equals B times C. So you're cross multiplying. Because remember, product means multiplication. So let's go ahead and look at example 3. I have 6 over x equals 5/4. And so I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply. I'm going to say 6 times 4 equals 5 times x. 6 times 4 is 24 equals 5x. And then my last step will be to divide both sides by 5. And x equals 4.8. Same thing for example 4, cross multiply. The only difference here is that you have an expression, y plus 4, and here you have 9 times y. So when you're multiplying, you say 9 times y equals 3 times y plus 4. The whole expression in parentheses, so you make sure you distribute. 9 times y is 9y equals, and then here I'm going to use the distributive property. I end up with 3y plus 12. So from here I have to decide what am I going to move. My like terms are the 9y and the 3y, so I'll have to combine those two. And I'm going to go ahead and move the 3y over so that my like terms are put together. I subtracted. 9 minus 3 is 6y equals 12. And the last step would be divide both sides by 6. So y equals 2. And there are examples. This is from page 554. So for this section, 7.1 starts on page 455. 454. Woohoo. So you might want to be on here. You might need to go to that section to help you with your notes if you need it. Okay, the next one, again, I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply. This is an easier one. I have 2 times a equals 9 times 14. If you notice, I'm just it doesn't matter which way you go. I could have written 9 times 14 equals 2 times a. I could have written a times 2 equals 14 times 9. It doesn't matter which one you write first or second. What matters is that the two terms that you want are together. So you just need to make sure that you have the a and 2 together and the 9 and the 14 together. But if you write it differently than I am, you should end up with the same answer. As long as you have you're multiplying 9 times 14, you get 126. And the last step will be to divide both sides by 2. And a equals 63. Okay, and the last one, we're going to go ahead again and cross multiply. I get 15 times m equals 3 times m plus 1. Again, I'm putting the m plus 1 in parentheses because I want the whole thing to be multiplied by 3. 15 times m is 15m equals, distribute your 3m plus 3. And again, I want to combine like terms, so I look at the side that has the 2, and then I need to figure out which one looks like 15m. The 3 looks like 15m, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3m from both sides, combining like terms. I end up with 12m equals 3. And the last step will be to divide both sides by 12. So m equals 0.25. It's okay that you have a decimal. Okay. Okay, so this is A15, your assignment, to go along with 7.1. Page 459 through 4. It's actually just through 460. Numbers 3, 9, 10, 18 through 23, 28, and 29. Make sure you show all of your work for credit.